Today I have the Otterbox Defender series case for the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and this is the box for it, but I'm going to give you a quick overview of the case itself, so let's take a look. So first we have our 7-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab. We know it, we love it, or hate it, it's up to you, but this is a great phone tablet mix hybrid. It's lightweight, it's got a sturdy build, but it's still vulnerable to the elements, certainly just on its own. And the Otterbox case is a little bit different than most cases you would be familiar with. It adds a bit of bulk in the Defender series. You may be familiar with the Commuter series, but the Defender series is known to be a little bit more durable and helps protect the device entirely, and it usually adds a layer of elemental protection as well. So you'll see this has a very, very thick, durable backing here, and that will go on last, but this also doubles as a stand for the tab, and I will show you that at the end. So let's look at the different components. We have the backing here, and this felt part here has the Otterbox insignia. It feels really nice, and it's also made of a very sturdy, although a little bit less rigid plastic. So the tab sits very comfortably in here. You see it gains access to the 3.2 megapixel camera. Now, as with most Defender cases from Otterbox, it comes with its own built-in screen protector. Now, this is not optional, so you're going to have to get used to the fact that you're going to be interacting with the tab through kind of a plastic, a very soft plastic, but a plastic nonetheless. You can see how it certainly does have a bit of give, and that's a good thing, because what it means is that when it's put on the tab like this, it's going to be it's going to have direct contact with the screen, and thus provide capacitive multi-touch capabilities. So you see here there are 4 little tabs right here, and you want these tabs to snap into place. So once you've got that and you're sure that they are secure, you'll notice that you still have full access to the headphone jack and all of the ports. Now the next step is obviously the rubber rubber overlay, and what that'll do is that'll just fit right into the case itself, and that will provide protection for the ports and give it a bit of a snug feel to it. Now you want to make sure that the overlay actually goes over the plastic part, and that'll provide a little bit more robust protection from the elements, including dust, a little bit of water resistance, though I wouldn't dunk this in a water tank, and it'll provide protection for all of the ports, as you will see in a moment. So let me just get this done. Now you want to be very careful when you're doing the corners here, because they're not as secure as they are on the periphery. Okay, so that's done. You see it's nice and seamless now, and this way it's completely flush, and there's no indication that this rubber overlay was ever not connected to the case, and that just provides, you know, a nice aesthetic feel to it as well. So you see here there's protection for the various power connectors, and there's a headphone connector protection as well, and this just operates as a flap and then is secured as well with the plastic, and the same thing here with the headphone jack. That just snaps right into place. On the back of the device, you see you still have that access to the camera, and there's this nice Otterbox insignia on the bottom. And the textured feel on the back is lovely, especially when you're holding it in your hand. It feels really secure, and even using it like this, you'd still be able to you know, use it with one hand, but would provide much more support, and feels great when you're reading. You don't have to worry about it slipping from your hands. Now, this protection here for the screen, you'll see it still provides very secure and comfortable use for the multi-touch screen, and you see the responsiveness is excellent. You also have access to the 4 capacitive touch buttons at the bottom. Multi-touch is also working just fine. Now, on the sides you have these rubber protrusions, and that's for the power button and the volume rocker here, and there's a nice dip in the middle that delineates between down and up. So that's the case. You can use it just like this, but I showed you at the beginning there's that plastic, hard plastic back shell, and that's also very common with the Defender series, and that just gives a bit more protection to the case, like that. So if you're using it in the wild, so to speak, you don't really have to worry about any damage from a drop. This will protect it from quite a drop. But at the same time, what's nice about this particular case, it doubles as a stand, and what you do is you just hang the tab right in there, and it puts it at about a 75-degree angle. Great for watching media, and really works nicely. So goes any way you want like that. You have access to your power button at the top over here, and the volume buttons as well. And when you're done with it, you just close it up, make sure it snaps into place, and you're on your way. So the Defender series cases from Otterbox are not really for everybody. You're not going to need this much of robust protection for all of your devices, but certainly for your more expensive devices, ones that you're going to be taking into the field with you, wherever your field may be, when you want to just throw this in a bag, it does not add that much weight, a few extra ounces at the most, especially when you remove the hard shell and just use the rubber case like this. There's great protection. The screen is clear. There's no kind of rainbow effect at all, like you see in a lot of other cheaper plastic touch screen protectors. And really, this just screams quality. You see that there's this contoured kind of plastic and rubber design here, and it's very fluid, and the rubber outer case does not interrupt the plastic at all, especially when you put in these, when you install it correctly and make sure that the rubber is in the grooves of the plastic. And I would really recommend this greatly to anybody who's looking for a case with a stand. You're not going to need this all the time, but it works great, and I love it. So this has been the Otterbox Defender case for the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and my name is Daniel.